Okay. Can we control our emotions? Can we choose what are we going to feel? Yes, we can. And today I will show you how. First of all, I would like to talk to you about one mistake that we all have, and that's the thought that all emotions comes from the external environment. That everything that is happening, some certain situation or some situation or conversation with some people is the one that is responsible for what we feel. But that is not the truth. We have external stimulus and internal stimulus. So emotions can be provoked. We think that they are provoked by the situation that is happening. Your boss is yelling at you. You have some issue with your partner or with somebody you don't know. So something that is happening outside of our mind. And then we think that we have internal stimulus. We can provoke our emotions by our thoughts, with our thoughts. You can sit and you can think about some event or something that happened before or something that will happen in future, and you can feel the emotion. So, external stimulus and internal stimulus. But the good news is that emotions are provoked always by internal stimulus. According to appraisal theory of emotions, we feel a certain emotion according to the way we see the situation, according to the way we perceive something. And that's a really good news, because that exactly means that we can create and choose what are we going to feel by choosing how are we going to perceive something. And that's the way we can choose how we can react on something. Let me give you the simple example of this. So you are at the office, at your work, and your boss is right now really nervous and he yelled at you. So you feel really down and you can feel shame, you can feel low self-esteem, you can feel anger, you can be angry at your boss. And that's like the first automatic reaction that will happen. But now, when you know this fact, when you know about the appraisal theory and about the perception, and another interesting thing is that between emotion, between stimulus and reaction, our reaction, there is a gap. So why we react really fast on some emotion is because, and why we think that emotions are automatic is because we have a limbic system and we have cognitive part of our brain. So what happens is that when some stimulus comes, it goes first through the limbic system where emotions lives, and emotions colored this with emotions colors this stimulus, and then it goes through the cognitive part. Another good news is that between the stimulus and our reaction there is a gap. We can put a filter. Right now, when we know about this fact, we can put the perception filter. We can check our perception before we react on something. So, my boss is yelling at me, and automatically I feel anger and I feel shame and I feel maybe sadness because of all that. So, before I react, I will turn on my filter, my cognitive part of the brain, my rational part of the brain. I will stop and I will turn on that filter and I will check my perception. I will ask myself, okay, did I perceive this in the right way? What are other possible ways I can see this situation? For example, this is not directly against me. My boss maybe had a horrible day or morning. Maybe he have some issues, some fears, some really negative situation at home. So it's not that this is really personal. So I can now understand him, and I can choose to react and to feel in different way. I will stay quiet and I will be okay with this situation because I saw this in some other perspective. So everything that is happening to you, you have to know that emotions will go automatically. Like, what is the first possible way to react? Anger will appear in this situation because your mammal brain will understand this as an attack, and anger will appear so you can defend yourself. In this situation, defend your values and attitudes, not defend physically. So when you notice the reaction and the emotion, I want you to stop and to notice and try to understand how your brain understood this situation. Then use that gap and turn on that filter. Try to see the situation from different angles, or if you can't, you just try to choose the option that will give you the best possible emotion you can feel in this moment that is good for you. You can try this by asking yourself every time when you feel something, you can ask yourself, okay, why I feel this? Because my brain understood this situation as what? You have to think about your emotions. Limbic system, mammal's brain, it's automatic. It's our, we can say it, old brain that is here to just help us to survive in a certain situations. But never forget about your cognitive part, about your high cognitive functions, and that's perception, thinking, the way you can understand and measure things and situations, the way you can observe yourself. So please use this. It's very important, because instant reactions, if we don't use this gap, and if we don't think about our emotions, if we don't observe them, we can end up by reacting in the way we really don't want. And sometimes that can ruin our lives if we behave instantly according to our emotions. I hope you liked this video and hope it will help you, this little exercise. So write me in the comments, how do you feel about it?